for everybody. I really generally skew this class to my athletes, endurance athletes over 40. Anyone can join, right? So again, listening to our body, taking some of these modifications as needed. I do have an advanced core series, but I'm gonna give you guys modifications. Again, listening to your body. This class is for strength, stability, injury prevention. Join me. Let's get started. So 30 minutes, we're gonna start standing and then we're gonna take it down onto the mat. We've got some advanced core moves, but I will always show you options. And again, modifying as needed. So we're gonna start off in standing with just easy yoga warm up just to get the body loosened up. Again, we want some supple mobility in the spine and the joints, not just strength. So that is the purpose of this class. Nice and quick, short, get it all in 30 minutes or less. Reach up to the sky, root your feet into the ground, drawing up the arches, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, reach, crown of the head to the ceiling. Get some length in your spine. Open it up, stretch. Just using this first flow and standing to just check in and see how your body is feeling. Exhale, forward fold, bring your arms all the way down. Shake it out, release any tension. Just checking in, keep the knees nice and soft. Your back is nice and supported here. We're starting off nice and slow. We will speed it up, don't worry. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten the knees, get a nice stretch in the back of your hamstrings. Again, we want to have some of this mobility work as well as the strength, especially as we get older. You know how that goes. Hold it here, brace with your abs, stretch hammies, and then bring your hands down, step back into plank. Weights are optional. I forgot to say that at the beginning of class. So if you've got weights, bring them. Not needed. But if you got them, let's use them. Holding here, tuck the chin in, nice tall plank, strong position. Spread the fingers wide, push away from the mat. One breath here. Bracing abs, so abs are engaged, not just hanging here. And then exhale, knees down, slowly lower chaturanga, elbows close to my sides. Again, just an easy yoga flow, just to warm up, nothing crazy. Inhale up into this little baby back bend. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. This should feel like nice stretch in the lower back, not pinching, but like some nice stretch, right? Nice and easy. Take it back down. Uncurl your toes, push yourself back, downward facing dog. Nice back, hamstring, calf, ankle stretch here. Pedal the feet. That's our entire flow. So we're gonna go through that 2 more times and then we're gonna take it down onto the mat after a warm up for our ab strength series. Pedal the feet, give your calf and ankles a nice little stretch. Again, we're just using this yoga as just a way to warm up. That's it, nothing crazy. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let's go through round 2. Rolling up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, head coming up last. Let's take it a little bit more quickly this round. Inhale, reach to the sky, lengthen, crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, bring your arms all the way down, shake it out. Release tension, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Holding here, hip hinge, right here. And then bring your hands down, step back into plank. Nice shoulder strengthening. Again, I'm pushing away from the mat, strong engaged shoulders. Use this plank for some shoulder strength. Exhale, either knees down or all the way down, slowly, controlled. A lot of this stuff is nice in yoga because we get a chance to do a little bit of upper body strength too, right? Inhale. Cobra, come all the way up into up dog. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Hold it here. Again, core strength, mobility. We don't need to do a ton in our week, but this is a nice way to just get a little bit in, right? Give that body some resilience, some stability, some strength with age. Hold it here. Exhale back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. We've got 1 more round just like this, then we're moving on. I'm gonna add in a little bit of a squat to our beginning of our warm-up today, so after this. So if you've got weights, bring them. Walk your hands back to your feet, last time through. Then we're gonna get into that chair pose squat, rolling up slowly, head coming up last, finishing this yoga. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, breathe it out. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hip hinge, abs braced. Hands come down, plank, strong shoulders, push away from the mat, 1 breath. Exhale, lower with control, elbows close to your sides. Up dog or cobra, opening the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades down your back. Engage those lats. Hold it here. Nice spine extension. Getting out of this hunched, flexed position we're in, most of us all day. Exhale back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. Let's move on. Let's hold this downward dog for just a second. Let those calves stretch out. If you're like me, you got tight calves. Ooh, I feel it. All right, holding it here for 1 breath. Just letting those calves stretch just a little bit longer. And then I want you to bring your hands a little bit further in front of you. And let's just do a couple of times of just kind of rocking forward into plank and then exhale back into downward dog. Just do a few of those, just warming up the shoulders. So we're gonna finish our warm up with a little bit of a chair pose. Chair pose is your back squat, right? So nice way to work on some hips, right? Get those glutes, quads, legs strengthening with our squat, but also some mobility. So I want you to think about, if you don't have weights, I want you to use this chair pose that we're gonna do as just a nice way to like sink into those hips. Get the hips, the knees, the ankles, some stretch, some mobility. And if you do have weights, bring them. We're gonna do just a small set of squats, but it's a nice chance to work on a little bit of strength. So this class is for you. Again, use what you got, modify as needed. So either chair pose or squat, same thing, right? 2 more just like this, rock back and forward. And again, our glutes and our hips, that is a part of our core. So when I say this class is core strength and mobility, guess what? Glutes count. Walk your hands back to your feet, rolling up slowly. If you have the weight, grab it. If not, that's okay. Chair pose, I want you to think about finding the width, the stance for your body that feels right. So you don't need to be here. If you've got tight hips, you might want to step wider, right? Giving your hips some space. So my chair pose, I'm going to go from my side view here. Here, I'm rooting my feet into the ground. I'm drawing up the arches first. That's going to help pull the knees out and engage that booty. Eyes are looking forward, crown of the head to the ceiling. Sit back into chair. Now, if you don't have weights, I want you to just work on that depth, meaning how low can I go? Can I maintain this nice flat back? I like to cue it as flat back. It's really neutral. But again, we're working on here. Everyone's squat is gonna look different. Everyone's depth is gonna look different. So start with that chair pose if you don't have weights. If you do have weights, I want you to think about one weight at your chest for that goblet squat, or you can have 2 weights at your sides. The same things are going to apply here. So I'm sinking back into my heels. My entire foot is planted, right? Whether I'm doing my chair pose or I'm doing my squat, my weight is at my chest, or I can have them at my sides here. Chest is open, crown of the head to the ceiling, and just go through a couple of squats. Whatever you're doing. Eyes are looking forward, crown of the head to the ceiling. Think about that flat back position. This is relevant to all of us, right? We all need to squat, sit down. Relevant to my cyclists, relevant to anyone who needs to get a little bit more strength in their hips, right? Everyone could use a good chair pose or squat. Remember, you get tight hips. Use this as a way to work on depth, getting lower. So let's do a few more like this. Again, hand position, anywhere you want. If you have the weights here, squeeze them close to your chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. That's how I would cue that goblet squat as well. Last few. Again, just kind of using this to warm up, get a little bit of activation. Sink low, get as low as you can go. I'm not letting my knees go far forward. I'm sinking back into my back squat. 4 more here. 3 more. Again, we're not going heavy. We're not going long. We're just using this as our warm up. 2 more. 1 more time. That's it. Done. Squats are done today, right? For today. All right, drop the weights to your sides. We are gonna incorporate those weights into our core series today. Let's finish out the warm up with just a nice little gentle cat-cow pose. Why? Because it feels nice on the back. Again, so every class that I have incorporates a little bit of mobility, flexibility work like this, right? So if you subscribe to the channel, you will see notifications of live class. I host them every week, where you can check my core classes and my core playlists. So we want mobility, we need to have a supple, resilient body, and then strength, right? So our series coming up right now, it's gonna be challenging, short, sweet, not easy. So this is the strength part. So finish up, nice little gentle spine, mobility, exhale, articulate through your whole spine, really move. Move through those sticky spots. You have a tight spot, work it out, stretch, use your rib cage, use your breath. 2 more like this. 1 more time. All right, we've got some spicy stuff today. We're gonna start off with a modified dead bug, and I'm gonna show you options if you wanna add the weights in. Your dead bug is kind of a foundation move to teach you some core stability. Not gonna be our most challenging, but working on your form is the most challenging. And then we'll build off of this. So this is our first move. If you have weights and you wanna add them, you got options. You can hold the weights instead of doing that arm with your dead bug and just hold it here or hold it overhead, right? So that's option 1. If you don't have the weights, you can add the arms and legs to it. So basically alternating arm and leg. Now I want you to think about, for these first few, starting now, this is our first move in our series, I want you to lift the head up for a few, because when you lift the head up, it's going to help draw that rib cage down. It's going to help you engage your abs even more, and it's going to help keep your back flat. So I want you to remember this from this first move. Back needs to stay pressed down the whole time. The further away, if you're really good, you want to challenge yourself, tap further away. Now your head doesn't need to be up the whole time, but I need that lower back to stay pressed down. So if there's a little teeny space here, that ain't it. That's wrong, right? I work with even my pro athletes. If I can get a fingernail here, it's not right. And it takes control. It's not just about strength, right? So I want you to try with the head up. I have lots of other core videos in my core workout playlist that explains this. This is your foundation, stability. And if you don't have this, your lower back is not going to feel great for a lot of other things, right? So I'm here, I'm using my breath, my diaphragm, my deep abdominals, my back, pressing the rib cage down. This is your dead bug. This is the foundation. Our next moves are going to build off of this, but this is level one, right? So pick whichever version you want to do. Totally up to you. We've got some lower abdominal stuff coming up next, and then we have a nice hold, right, as our third. So we got 3 moves, 3 rounds. This first round, I go long because I want you guys to get stuck in and understand the movement. Lock it in, get the form down first. Then we go faster with our last 2 rounds. So let's finish up here, whichever version you're doing, right? You can hold the weights. Last few. And up, and up. 4 more. In 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Feet on rest. Shake the legs out side to side. Legs stay up for this next one, right? This is going to be a press up. Now, if you have the weights, you're just going to press them up to your feet. If not, you're just going to reach up with your hands. Legs come up, press up. So we're just doing our crunch. Now we're going to change this halfway through. And again, feet can be here. You want to give your legs rest. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. If your neck is getting tired, don't worry. We're going to drop the weights in a second. Basic crunch, burn it out. Abs. Exhale. Exhale. 4 more. 4. You can do it. 3, 2, 1. Weights down, reach, finish with a little obliques, reach, reach. Our last move is spicy. Get ready. Reach, obliques. Again, hands are supporting my head, chin is tucked in. Breathing. So we've got our dead bug first, we've got a little bit of a crunch and a little bit of an oblique, reach, reach, and then we've got some reverse, not reverse crunch, we've actually got some lower abdominal work last. I was gonna do reverses, but save that for next week. Last few here, reach, reach. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give the legs a break. Today's a leg heavy day. So our last move, we're just gonna flutter the legs down and up. Again, I need to have that lower back pressed down the whole time. So remember that first move that we did? Legs start up, and then again, I'm just gonna flutter the legs down and then back up. Again, I always suggest do a few with the head up. You can do all of them with the head up if you want, because it's gonna really help you keep that lower back pressed down. You don't need to have the head up the whole time, but you're gonna feel like those lower abs pulling, like right around here. So when you get to that point, that's when you really need to engage. Keep that lower back pressed down. These are not easy. Keep them down. So that's the series, right? Always try to show modifications. Again, if you can't go as low because your lower back is lifting, just go here, right? Just a little bit. So that's our entire series. So we're gonna do that 2 more times. We'll stretch and be done. That's it for class today. And again, you go to the level that you can go without that lower back lifting. So it may just be here, right? Totally fine. Form matters most. 4 more. 3 more. Brace. 2, these are hard. Ooh, feel it. 1 more. And rest. Shake the legs up back to that dead bug. You decide which version you want to do. If you want to do weights, no weights, up to you. You can also just do the feet. You don't need to do the arms. It's up to you. All I care about is this, right? Locked in here. Lower back is pressed down. Abs are engaged. Breathing, right? Focus. Round 2. We're going a little bit faster, but that doesn't mean we space out, right? So a lot of this core work that I like to teach, right, because I'm a PT, not just a strength coach, it's really about getting that form and getting your brain to understand the intention here, getting that activation, because this is going to carry you into the rest of your life. So this is where you practice it so that your lower back is more stable for squats, for running, for biking, whatever. Right? So you want to have that mindset. So you want to be organized. You also want to have the intention. What am I working, and am I doing this correctly? Right? You can see all these ab workouts and all these classes, but if they're not cueing you and guiding you correctly and you're not doing it correctly, your lower back is arching, you're straining your neck, you're engaging your hip flexors and not really your abs, all these little things, then that workout is kind of a waste. Right? So really understand, I do have a lot of cues in some of my videos, so just listen to that and just learn, right? Pretty simple. Again, so lower back is pressed down, tapping further away is harder. I need to keep that lower back pressed down the whole time with my chin. If your neck is getting sore, tuck the chin and engage your neck flexors. It's not here, it's here. Have your hands. You can also put a pillow behind your head. Right, let's do last few. In 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Crunch or press up. If you have the weights, you can add them in. You don't have to. This is just our crunch. We're just reinforcing. People want to like hate on crunches so much, but you know what? The crunch is actually beautiful because it's teaching you to really engage, breathe, press the rib cage down, and connect. Connect top to bottom. If that rib cage is flared, you're losing that connection. That's this abs in the front, 6-pack abs in the front. They need that rib cage to be down, connected. Last few here. You don't need the weights. Up to you. 4, 3, exhale. 1, I'm dropping the weights. I'm coming right into my oblique reaches. I'm breathing. Why? Because I'm working up a sweat. I'm getting tired. But we should always be breathing, right? Chin is tucked in. Head is stabilized. Reach, reach. Every class is different. Some classes I do a ton of obliques. Some I do a ton of glutes. Really depends. Join me. Subscribe to the channel. Every class is different. But it's always going to have this series of 3. 3 core moves. 4 more. In 3. In 2. In 1. Rest the legs. Fluttering the legs down and up. Again, control. Back is pressed down. Rib cage is pressed down. Keep it here as the legs go up and down. Arms can go wherever they want, right? Flutter. And again, if you have a bigger leg, right? I'm small. My legs are pretty small. So it's not as much weight that I have to control here. So this is going to be harder for my bigger, stronger athletes, right? There's more leg that you have to stabilize. So that doesn't mean that I'm necessarily stronger or my abs are stronger, but sometimes you gotta use with what you got, right? So smaller athletes, this might be easier. Bigger legs might be harder. Just means you have to focus more. So we got 1 more round after this. We're almost done. Feeling it. If you're not feeling this in your abs, whew, on the way down, whew, I know I am. In a good way, right? Abs, not lower back. 4 more. Kick, 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 kick. Keep that chin tucked in. 3, 2, last one. Rest. Oof. Last round. Dead bugs locked in. Rib cage pressed down. Breathing. Chin tucked in. Supported. Stable. Lower back. Keep it glued to the freaking floor. Let's go, team. We still got to stretch. So I got to get through this. We got to get through this. We got to be done on time, 30 minutes. You can get a lot done in 30 minutes, right? I always suggest for classes like this, for my class, something like this for my athletes 40 plus, for anyone in general, getting something like this into your routine a couple times a week, maybe twice, right? If you've got no injuries, if you've got injuries, you're going to be on a different plan, right? Maybe more. But if you're feeling good, you want to just keep your body resilient, strong, supple, better in performance, looking better, more abs, etc., a couple times a week, right? Twice, 3 times, something like this. Get the mobility, keep things moving. Get the strength, stability, right? Resilient body. We want that for life, right? And as we get older, we need to focus on some of this stuff a little bit more. That's life, right? Not hard to do though. If I can do it, you can do it. Just follow my class. I will guide you. Let's do our last few here. If you've got your weights, hold the weights, whatever, up to you. I like the weights because it's just giving us an opportunity to work a little bit more on strength and a little bit more upper body, right? Just a little bit. I'll take whatever I can get. 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake the legs out. Last time, press ups and then obliques. Weights are optional. If you guys have weights at home just collecting dust, bring them. Use them. Again, you don't need a whole fancy gym, but this is a press up. If you're strong, this is a 10-pounder. You could do heavier. Add a little bit of a chest press up, chest, shoulders. Why not? Why not squeeze it into ab work? I'm always suggesting my clients, especially over 40, add more weights. You lose muscle mass as you get older. It's not coming back. Work on it, right? Also, maybe get more shoulder definition, right? Why not? Might as well. Add some weights. 4 more. And up. 2, 1. Obliques. Done with the weights. Done for today. Again, 8 or 10-pounder, nothing crazy. I always suggest whether you have a gym or not, it's nice to have some stuff at home. I always have these little extra guys, 10, 15s, 20s, stuff like that. Obviously, you can get heavier, and you should if all you have is your stuff at home. Reach across, obliques, creating that power across the body. That's how we drive power. That's how we get that control and strength and efficiency from our running, from our biking, from our swimming, and just everything in life. Walking. Reach. 4 more. In 3, in 2, in 1. Last time, fluttering the legs. You can decide however you want to do it, however low you want to go. Maintain that lower back press down. Keep it engaged. We're going to finish up class with a nice little quick mobility, hips back, all that stuff. Kick, 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 kick. Last few. Almost done here. Speeding it up. In 3, kick, 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 kick. In 2. Last one. Whew, done. Hard part is done. Let the knees go side to side. Let's stretch. Let's finish off class. Nice, gentle hip back mobility. Again, modify as needed. Add in anything that feels right to you. Hug the knees, rock the knees side to side. Give that lower back a nice little massage. This should just feel nice. When you're ready, let that left leg extend long. Shake it out. Hug that right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Roll the ankles and the toes around. We want nice, healthy, happy joints. We need supple joints. Get the feet, the toes, roll the hips around. Right? As we get older, we literally have less water in our body. Our joints, our tendons, our tissue is less supple. So for a lot of us, just work on that a little bit more. Give a little bit more TLC to your body. That's it, nothing crazy. With your left hand, bring that knee across your body. Find that position that feels like a nice stretch. Never painful. This should just feel like a nice little stretch on the glutes, maybe lower back if you're rotating off the mat. You're gonna have to find that position that just feels right on you. Everyone's different, so open up that right arm if you can. Give your chest, shoulders, rib cage a nice stretch as well. Nice rotation, right? Getting some nice healthy spine rotation, right? And then emptying the breath, but really opening up the rib cage. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Relax your body. Let your nervous system relax. The hard work is done. Reset your body. Breathe. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, come back to center, figure 4 stretch. Any other stretches that feel good to you, now is your chance. Reaching through for thread the needle if you want. Whatever feels good to you. Again, this is your class. I'm just your guide. Always tell my patients, my clients, this needs to feel right on your body. Should never be hurting. Good stretch. That's what we're going for. Relaxation. Roll the shoulders. Release tension. Inhale. Exhale. Pull shoulders down. And then last breath here, we'll do the other side. When you're ready, unwrap that right leg, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Hug that left knee in, roll the toes, roll the ankles, get those feet, get those joints moving in the feet. We always neglect the feet, right? That's your base of support. They gotta stay strong, supple, healthy feet, toes, ankles. Bring that knee across your body. Find that position that feels like a nice stretch. Opening that arm out, stretching out that upper chest, shoulders, head goes wherever it feels comfortable. Shake it out, release any tension. A lot of this core work, especially today's class, a lot of neck, right? So if your neck is feeling tight, just release tension. Nice spinal twist, also nice for the digestion, getting into some of these yoga twists. Nice little rotational poses can be really nice for the digestion as well. And then come back to center, figure 4 stretch, or thread the needle, or pigeon pose. You got options, right? We're going for a nice deep hip opener here. This should always feel good. So if it's not feeling good somewhere, please modify, choose a different version. You can also do child's pose. You can do happy baby, whatever. You got options. And I do have playlists that are just mobility. So if you just are looking for some stuff for your hips or your back, check those playlists out. Join me every week, live classes. I have monthly memberships for my athletes, 40 plus. We go over all this, plus nutrition, plus fat loss, plus strength training. Check out the link in the class after. Last breath here, roll the shoulders down the back. Unwrap that left leg. When you're ready, windshield wiper the knees. We are done with class. We're gonna finish in seated, just like we started, rolling onto your side, sitting up, finishing up just with that tall posture. I want you guys just to remember this. You can sit however you want. Focus on this through the rest of your day. Crown of the head to the ceiling, nice tall spine. Lengthening, we're not here. We're here. Take that with you through the rest of the day. Inhale, reach to the sky, lengthening, crown of the head to the ceiling. Elongate. Exhale it out. One more time, and then that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. Subscribe to the channel, get notifications of live class. I host them every week. Inhale. Exhale it out. See you guys next time. I hope you got something good out of class. Take care of yourselves. See you guys next time.